what is the best side hustle to start when you're in your 20s, low on cash, and like just want to go and like hustle, make some internet money? And like from my standpoint, it was 1,000% content sites. And I say this
Yeah,
from a standpoint of like you can do it at a large scale where like you're buying something for 20K or 20 to 40K and selling it for like over $100,000, or you
sure.
can do it at like a high school level where it's like, hey, every day on the weekend, I'm just gonna go and write like one blog post for the next 2 years, and I'm gonna go and like start building up some passive income before I get to college. Um, I'd love to kind of get your standpoint on like how you look at website flipping and like
Yeah,
specifically like these content sites and like how you first got into the space.
sure. First website I ever built was a blog. It was called Gold Piece XL. I was actually cracking up. I found it on Wayback Machine, archive.org, which is like one of my favorite tools ever. It was like one of the first. I had this blog called goldpiecexl.com, and I was like, I bought a bunch of scrap gold, and I was convinced I was going to start like melting down scrap gold in my mom's apartment in Manhattan and like
How old were
slinging
you?
it through Craigslist. I must have been like 16 when I first got onto this. And and I started taking articles. I started writing just about anything I wanted, right? And then like I was spamming, and I had no idea that's what spamming was. But like there used to be these blogging communities, and I would just go like for hours, just like DM hundreds of people, like, I love your blog. Like your most recent blog is so fantastic. But have you checked out mine on Blankety Bloop? And and I had AdSense on the side, right? AdSense being like Google's like programmatic ad network that sort of that you can just place a line of code and make money from ads on your website. And I had two articles go viral on these things that don't even exist anymore called Stumble Upon and Dig. And Stumble Upon was like this thing where you would just like press a button, you would stumble upon a new website, and depending on how much people liked it, it push it up in the algo. And Dig, I guess, was like a similar sort of concept. But I remember opening AdSense and I had like $34 or something in it, and my mind was just like my mind melted. You know what I mean? I was just like, this is what I'm gonna do for the rest of my life. Like there is no question, because I had been like, I don't know. I mean, I remember my mom like sent me a piece of paper the other day where like I drew out like a backpack that held a skateboard in it that I thought I was going to get a patent on when I was like 12. You know what I mean? Like this was just like always the thesis of James. And I was like selling candy in high school and stuff. And anyway, so that was probably like the first content site that I built. Definitely didn't sell it. I don't even know what happened to that website, but it was like sort of beyond me. Um, I mean, we could hop, skip, and jump into like this. Otherwise, I'll talk like an hour just about content sites. But like, I'm not really a full believer in true passive income. Passive income comes in two ways: either when you're like really rich, or dividends, right? And so like as like an investment. So what I sort of pitch is like semi-passive income, right? Like what are things that require like as little maintenance as possible? And I think that these content sites, like if you're starting from scratch, like people are always like, well, how do I install WordPress? Like go to WordPress.org, install a free WordPress blog and start messing around, have fun, write about stuff you love. I mean, the first $30 I made on a content site, or $35 I made probably with inflation, like $70 today and a day was, I mean, maybe more than that with inflation, but $70 today and a day was literally writing about stuff that I thought was cool. I mean, I can tell you the two articles. One was, I wrote that I don't know if this is true anymore, we should all go test it. Starbucks used to have a policy that if you brought back an empty cup and you had Pike, their house roast, they'd refill it for 37 cents. And so I wrote about that.